All right, hello everyone. CK Master here today to talk a little bit about why the Wylder is really good at killing Everdark, Sovereign, Sentient Pest. Now, to get us started off, I thought we'd just do a quick look at Wylder's stats. You know, he's a good all-arounder, but he has a lot of HP, and he's really strong with strength, of course. So, talk about the relics too before we get into it too far. So starting off with the Evergel relic that starts you off with the Stone Sword key. It seems to be pretty meta right now. These ones I just didn't have the best relics available, so I went with whatever I could. But that basically using his alt a lot is what you want to go for here. The fire alt as well as spreading things, reduce cooldown on that. And the reason for that being is that Sentient Pest is very weak to fire. Wylder has a lot of innate fire in his kit, and both of the monsters, the kind of scorpion looking thing and the moth, are actually weak to just fire. You'll actually see it's very obvious visual effect on the moth Noster, I guess, that he catches fire and stays on fire almost like poison when you hit him with it. Now, by the way, for this fight, this first phase, where they just start out charging at you and shooting things and everything, is kind of the hardest part, I think. I mean, honestly, of the whole fight. This is when I see people die more than anything. I would just really focus on dodging there. You can see here I got a little bit greedy and was just going for hitting the moth while he was down. That brings on that big beam, but it really didn't do too much damage. Like I said, Wylder has quite a bit of health. He can live through this pretty well. And that's what makes him so interesting here is he can just tank a lot of this. And it's almost a little cheating for me here. I had a very good setup on this run, or at least a very good weapon in Devour Scepter. Like I said, these are weak to fire, and Devour Scepter does fire damage, but it also heals me on the weapon art. Now, a little about the fight when you're moving into phase 2 here. Your ultimate goal is to kill this, the top guy. What is it? Animus? I can't read it right now. But your goal is to kill him. But how you do that, actually... Oh, and here's what I'm talking about. You can see the moth just stays on fire, right? So it just does so much damage to him. Right now, I'm the only one hitting him. My two teammates are hitting the scorpion. And, we're staying almost equal in damage because this guy's squishy. And he's so weak to fire. So weak to fire. But, so I'm doing that. But what ultimately your goal is to kill one of them, one of the two. So it is best if your team kind of focuses one down. And then you'll see in a moment, the boss will go try to resurrect them. I'll maybe just wait a second for that to happen here, so we can kind of watch it and talk through that. Okay. So Noster goes down, and then we see the boss goes to try to res it. Now, at this phase, you can damage the boss directly, although not that much. Where the real damage comes is when it goes into the other boss to try to resurrect it. It gives a portion of its life to that to bring it back. Now, that boss is going to come back with enhanced abilities and stuff. It's pretty much best that you just ignore it. You just walk away from Noster at that point. Got poisoned. But, so I still think that the hitting it during the transition phase is beneficial. It seems like you can save yourself maybe a resurrection phase or two if you do that. So it's really useful there. But once that resurrection has happened, you can see that we kind of rushed over to the other one that's non-empowered, and just smacked the crap out of it. Now, this is another reason why I think that Wylder is so good here, and Raider to a lesser extent, is basically, and by the way, when you kill one, they're each going to go crazy and do some enrage phase here. So when it's Noster with the guy inside of him, he just shoots things all over the map. And when it's our Scorpion friend, Firster, he will he'll just stomp near him. So basically, you just run away from our melee boy, and you dodge roll a whole bunch from the moth. Now, so when you get one down, like I said, it resurrects. Once that's happened, you start focusing the unempowered one. So you can see us all going for Noster here. And here's the big advantage of us having all of this melee that has all this damage all the time, is that we just drop it so fast. You could see that when the resurrection happened, I mean, we already had, what, 3/4 of its reduced health bar down? So we were just wailing on it. Just before that boss ever had a chance to really do anything. So, again, we dropped it there without too much problem. Oh no, I died. But that's kind of the enrage that you'll see from this boss as he starts going on. Is he's just going to stomp on the ground? Let's see. Yeah, that's what he does. So when he's empowered and you kill the other one, he's going to stomp a whole bunch. You just run away from it. It's not a big deal. You'll live real easy. You don't even need to fight him. And then eventually, you know, our third guy is going to come out. You can still keep hitting a little bit to do a little damage. And there I try, like I said, to hit this one. I don't know if that's the best strategy, because look at my team. They're just killing the other one before this even starts. So they're doing awesome. But I think that I did, you can see, reduce the health quite a bit. I probably did save us at least one phase change, one having to kill the bosses, which I think worked out really well there. So now we've got the moth empowered again. We already killed the scorpion. I think since we did it so fast this time, it didn't phase immediately. I don't know if that's like intended or not, like if we're supposed to have to fight this a little, because normally it would go straight into the enrage and it didn't. So that's why I went ahead and used my ult on it there, is just because like, oh, it's not changing right away. I may as well, you know, do what I can. So that was interesting what happened there. But we're just fighting it a little, and eventually, you know, it'll move. And I think it'll move pretty soon, because it's kind of just moving over there. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, there's just a little bit of time between the enrage phase, so it'll do it. Here's its enrage. Dodge, dodge, dodge. A whole bunch. One of our guys dies. That's okay. That's the other nice thing, is just like, if you have a whole lot of ranged, like Iron Eye Recluse stuff, that enrage phase can just wipe your whole team pretty easily. Okay, so the moth came out of Noster. So again, we're just trying to kill Noster real quick. But what actually happens during this phase here is, oh, look at that. I can keep doing a little bit of damage to him while he's inside of his friends. And I think that's what I was able to do and save us those extra phases, right? I just killed it really quickly. So what made, you know, Wylder so good here is just the fire that is innate to his kit, the ability to live, and also the ability to just move quickly. You can dash around and get around the map really quick when the boss runs away from you. So it's a really cool fight. I think Wylder is the best character for it. I hope this guide was helpful and that you can play some Wylder and mess this boss up. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it.